Recording is on.
Okay. All right. So you are able to see that, oh, this task is now currently on the column in progress. And once it is done, you see it here from done. Why do I have my testing card here? So after in progress, you can move this. You can move your testing card here. So now all of these things you can rearrange the column. You can rearrange the column depending on what you have or what you want. So you're able to see it as the tags are. You can come inside the tags to check if there's any comment. You can also comment, probably maybe you want to update or requirement change. You can quickly come and do a comment here. You you can just say I want to do a comment now. Can you please provide the API for this? And you can tag the person as well. You can just tag art. Once you type art, it will bring the names. Then you save. You can see that this is my comment. This is my comment on Jira. Somebody can come here and reply. You can come here and thumbs up. You can come here and add reaction. I can come here and edit my own comments. I can come here to see, maybe I want to copy the link to my comments in case the person they say, I didn't see your comments. You can copy the link and share with the person, and you can also delete your comments. Then you are seeing the parent folder now that is authentication, Scrum 8 authentication. So showing you that this is the APQ that you are running. You are seeing the due date here, label. If you want to label, you can also add a label, but you have to add a label before now. Then also you can choose a team. If you have different team, you can start to go and choose a team. But you must create a team first. Then it's showing you that you are running sprint one. If you finish this now, you can also say, oh, okay, I want to start sprint two. You name it your sprint two as well. So now this is story points. Story pointing is, I mentioned, not I think, yeah, I mentioned it earlier that you can also use this to give effort or story pointing by developers. That is your developers, you doing your sprint planning, you are asking about something that, oh, how long is it going to take you to build a login feature? And it's saying, it's going to take me 4 days, or it's going to take me one day. So that means you story point it. One story point, I think one story point is 2 hours. So depending, two story point, three, four. So each of the story points has number of hours allotted to them. So depending on what the developer has given you, you had, let me say, three story points. Now you can create your branch here. Maybe there's a GitHub account or something. You can create it as well, but you don't need all of this. You don't have to overly complicate matters. Reporter is you that created this ticket. You are the reporter. You'll be able to see yourself here. Sorry. And you can also change reporter. So now you can also view your profile, or you can add your role to your profile, like, oh, product manager, front end engineer. You can add that. That's under profile settings. So you can continue to check your work log and your work history. Then if you want to add restriction, you can, and if not, you leave it there. Then you can add flag. Yes, like you are flagging this. So you can flag a particular feature. When you flag a particular feature, maybe you are flagging it that a work to stop, or there's any reason why you are flagging it, you don't want to work on it at that point in time, you just flag it. Then you can remove your flag as well. You can flag a task, you can unflag it as well. When you flag it, you see the red flag. Then you can change the parent. Should you have other parents or other epics aside authentication, you can change it that, oh, I don't want to put this, or things have changed. Then there's something we call clone. Clone means you want to copy. Now you don't want to create this ticket again. You want to create the same thing for your front end team, or you want to create it for another thing. So you clone it. You can just change the name. You clone it, you can change the assignee, you can change the reporter, you can include your attachment. Do you want to include attachments? You want to include the comments? You want to include the clone sprint value? So this is you replicating, copying a particular ticket to be assigned to same person or another person. So you don't want to go through that stress of adding the user stories, this there. So just come here and clone your ticket. So that's that. And of course, you can share issue on Slack. You can share it with your teams on Teams. You can share the issue here. You can copy the link here as well. Then you can move your tasks. You can move from rework to done. In that, if you don't want to drag your mouse, you can come here to come and do that movement. You can come here to do that movement. You can delete, you can archive, you can connect this to your Slack channel. You can export Excel sheets or Word or XML, depending. You can export it to this issue as well. So this is you closing that mode down to a smaller one, minimizing. You can also maximize it here. You can maximize it here. So here gives you every details that you need about that ticket. So you can see that these are the names I added now. You can be able to see them here. So you can look, why you have this thing here is, first, you can look for tasks that you've not assigned. I'm not sure we have any. So every task has been assigned. Now I can search for tasks that, anyways, when you're trying to do this thing, you can choose multiple, but always endeavor that when you click one, you unclick another if you want to see specific to that person. Now I want to look for Elizabeth, tasks that are assigned to Elizabeth. I'm not seeing anything. Let me uncheck myself and go to Adedamola. So now tax assigned to Adedamola, I'm able to see it here. Why this filter is very important is, for instance, now if you are having your daily stand up with your engineering team and they are giving you their report, you want to know, when that particular engineer is giving reports, you want to look at the tickets that have been assigned to him or her. You just click on the person's name here. It's usually their initial. Click on the person's name here. You're able to see all the tasks that are assigned to that person. So you can even check two persons together, maybe both front end and back end. You just check them. You see these are the tasks assigned to Babatunde and Adedamola. Then you can uncheck. So that's the essence of having these things here. It's for you to check peculiar to a particular person. For Tofumi now, it's two tags. You can see that those two tags are here. One is in progress, the other one is on to do. So that's the essence of having this filter here. Then you can also search the board. This search is usually used for tags. You can say you want to search a particular task. You just look for the name. I'm saying login. Then you're able to see that this is a login. So it's easier when you are trying to quickly filter for a particular feature to know the status of that feature. So this more space is where you can view all the spaces that you have on your Jira board. Then Jira is improving day by day. They have a new feature recommended that you can create a product roadmap using this as well. I've not used that before. I use Google Docs to create everything. The only thing here that I use here is uh Jira to create tasks. So yeah, now let's go here. We can come here and create a story. What needs to be done in this story now? User user I'm trying to look out to how to user. This is related to the okay. So I've created this. I can have the description here. When a user try to log in, the button keeps rolling for 5 to 7 minutes. Now, users should be able to log in within 10 to 30 seconds. Okay. Okay. So what this means is when I wanted to create this task, I put story. Anything that has to do with the user experience, when you are creating this, you don't create it as a feature. The login feature is already there. You create it as a story. It has to do with the user experience. Tell them, describe what the user is experiencing and how it should work, how the behavior should be, the normal behavior should be. So anything that has to do like that, like yesterday we talked about modifying a saving application that has a saving goals in sprint one, and in sprint two they said okay they want a reminder. Then sprint three is the UI needs to be modified. That UI needs to be modified is relating to the user story, is relating to the user experience, is related to the user journey. So you have to add it on that story. When you are creating it, it will not fall under maybe feature or what's it called tax. It has to be story. It has to be story. So yeah, you can add work type. There should be a work type bug. I know there should be a work type that is bug. Add. So this is the user story, and you're able to see that oh, this is relating to the user experience using the application. So you should be able to differentiate feature from user story and bugs. Okay, now let's create another one. Let's create another one here that says error. Error 444 sign up. Error 404 for sign up. Now, this is showing that it's a user story. Now, error 404 for sign up. Can somebody help? What type of work is that? Is it a future? What is work type? Customize error 404 falls under, is it future? Is it tax? Is it bug? Somebody is in the chat box. Let me check. Yes, correct, Adedamola. It is called bug. Error, you are getting error. Yes, bug. You're correct, Adedamola and Tufumi. Yes, it's under bug. So when you get error 404, it's a bug. It's not a feature. It's not. It's not a tax, and it's not a story. Okay, so I'm just seeing this now. Martha is asking what Epic is. Is Martha still on the call? Okay, Martha is still on the call. So Epic is, you can call it, okay, you can call it a parent, a parent folder, or a collection of other tasks. Epic is like a container. Then under the container you can have bug, you can have user story, you can have tags. So their epic is where other feature or bugs or stories falls under tag, other tags falls under. So epic is like the parent, just like I said, authentication, login, sign up are under authentication. So Epic is just like one parent or one container that embodies other fixes or other features. Do you understand that matter? Okay. All right. So let's go back. That's a bug, and you are very, very much correct. So here we have bug. So when engineers see this thing, they know that it is a bug. Nobody needs to tell them because they're conversant with Jira. They know it's a bug. They know this one is a user story. They know this one is a future. So now let's create another one. Let's create another one. Why is this still showing this? Okay. Let's create another one now. Not creating. Okay, no, let me type and ask us what this is now. Change username on sign up to phone number. This particular ticket I just created or I'm about to create, it falls under what? Use the chat box. Let me know what work type it falls under. What work type do you think this falls under? Waiting for a response. You can unmute. You can use the feature. No. I think that's wrong. Any other try? User story now. Any other try? Yeah, I think is not. Is not. Is not. Who wants to help? Change username. Remember that username has email or username. Now I want to change it to email. I don't want them to be able to log in with username. I want to change it to password. Sorry, I want to change it to phone number. You can either log in using your email or phone number. So me telling the engineers to change username to phone number is what, when I'm creating it on Jira.
Ma, what are the other options?
Mm, You don't know the other options. Look at it. Where am I sharing?
I wanted to say futures too.
No. So we have feature, we have story, we have bug, we have tax. So it's a tax. It is a tax. You are telling them to do this thing. It's not relating to the user experience now. It's not like user are complaining this. Sure you get. You are telling them that, oh, you see that username that you put, change it to phone number. So it's a tax that they need to do. I don't know if you get it. Do we get it?
Yes, ma.
So always know that user story has to do with story. That one has to do with the user now. It has to do with their experience using the app. Let me go through this again. It has to anything story, it has to do with their experience using the app. UI needs to be modified. That's story. Bug, when they want to log in, they get 404 error. When they are trying to sign up, the phone number button is not responsive. That's a bug. Future, sign up feature, login feature, referral feature. So that's the difference. We should be able to know, so that it should help us when we are creating attacks for the engineers. The engineers know that, this thing that this person puts now, this one is a bug. Oh, this one is what's it called? This one is a feature. This one is a story that has to do with the customer. So that's basically it. Then of course you already know how to assign. You can assign your tax. You can attach your designs as well. You can add your comment. You can move your tickets. All these things that you are seeing, you can call it tickets. They are issues. Issues, tickets, cards. So they are issues. They are issues. So if you want to give them, how do they recognize it on Jira? It's Scrum 10. Error 404 is Scrum 10. That's the ticket number. They say, what's the ticket ID or the ticket number? This is what they refer to as the ticket number. You see this Scrum iPhone 10, that's the ticket number. This Scrum 6 now, that's the ticket number. And to keep increasing, just like that. So that's how they are able to know which one is which one. So far so good. Any any question? Is Jira simple? Is it complex?
Not for my name.
Hmm? You can say that it's simple as ABC. Oh. Jira is not hard if you walk through it. Jira is self-explanatory. Just that's why I invited us to Jira. So that at our free time we can take a look. We can try things out, create your own workspace. Just try and see how it works. Move your tickets, and you already know how you can use it for your backlogs, your products backlogs. One thing is to have your products backlogs. The second thing is to do your prioritization. And I think in our next class we're talking about our products backlog and prioritization. So you saw how I was able to use Jira to prioritize on the backlog. I was able to use Jira to prioritize on the backlog. So when you go to your backlog now, you are able to see all your tasks. Now, this task 3 is not included. Now, this is your active sprint. You see this one that you are seeing here? They are your active sprint. Now, you can come here and create more items. That you are running a sprint does not mean you cannot continue to create items. You can come here and create more items because new ideas will come. Imagine when you do a saving goals, like the example I gave yesterday, and they told you that they want a reminder, but the team is still asking. So you just come in and say That reminder now has to do with story. Savings goal reminder. You had it. That you're adding it here does not mean it's going into that sprint, because if you add anything, like now we have added 1 2, we have added 1 2 into the sprint. What this means is it's the scope of the sprint will be longer. The scope of that sprint will be longer. So you can still come back and say, ah, you see this one that I added to this sprint. Me, I did not want to, what's it called? Oh, I don't want to do it now. So you can just move it to backlog. You can move to top or bottom of backlogs depending on your priority. Can you see? You have it here. You can say, ah, you see this one, I'm not ready to work on it. So you also do this. Yes. You move. So go back to your product backlog. Then finally, you want to move this, move work item to top of backlog, confirm. It's moved to the top of your backlog. You can move to bottom of your backlog. So you know that in your next sprint, you're only going into the sprint with this. In your next sprint now, you now carry this ones to your product, to your product sprint. But here they are all on product backlog, so you can create as many items as possible. You can prioritize. That's why you're seeing that, is it move to bottom, is it move to top. You can even put this your product backlog according to priority. One will be okay, after they are done with this sprint, they will start immediately start working on this 404, then start on this according to priority. Then you add your priority list here. You can see that this one is medium, so you can say, okay, you want to add a priority list to this as well. You can say, okay, you want to look at it and say, what's the priority for this? Then agenda here, story point, big none. Then let's say priority. So this is you basically assigning. This is for the story point. This is for the priority list. So this priority is showing on. You can say high priority, then come back. It's already there. This is for the bulk. You can say priority 3 points. So you can even add a start and end date. Like you have add a start date that okay, these people they even though it's still on the backlog, so you can still add according to your priorities due date. You know what I'm saying? Start date. Nigeria can be very funny. Looking at the priority, routine, the start date, the 3 points. So you can from here save, you can add it to sprint. You can add it to sprint from there. You can add a subtask from here and you can link this work item as well. Let's have everything. This is supposed to be here. Mhm. So you can change from idea as well. Then you can assign this thing to yourself. That's one thing about Jira. You can assign to yourself. I'm trying to prioritize this, but it's not bringing the priority list here. Then always remember that you can always come and view your workflow and you can review your workflow. Like this workflow now is not correct. You can edit it to suit what you want. So I need to open up this. Let me see if I can prioritize from here. Okay. The priority is supposed to show you here. I think this is happening because it's a bug. I'm coming. Let me set the tax. Then, oh, you see, this is happening because it's a bug. So This is what I let me change this back to. So I think this is what is happening. Just over. So when I change it back to a bug, yeah, I'm not able to prioritize since it's a bug, and for bugs, depending on your prioritization, though, bugs are meant to be fixed as soon as possible. So but basically, this is how you do your priority. From your backlogs, you can see your active sprints, you can see the actual backlogs, and you can add items either to your active sprint or your backlogs. So when you start using Jira, when you start playing around with, you get to also learn a lot of things about Jira. So it's always advisable that you play around with it. It's like if you have questions, just do also have. So do you have any questions so far on Jira for today? Is it complex?
So I think that for most of the features is when we start using them. When we start using Jira, that's when we'd understand some things. But like from your explanation so far, I think there's like it's still understandable. But I just feel like when we start using it, we understand what each feature does properly.
All right, thank you so much, Adidamola. Okay. Any other thing from mother? Exactly. It will get clearer. Now it can be looking like why is this thing? It's a very important what's it called tool that we need to also learn as product managers, and project managers use it mostly though because most times they'll be the one they act as a scrum master, so they are the one doing all of these putting on Jira. All you need to do is prioritize as a PM, but it's also very good that product managers you understand the tools, and that's why, like I said, it's always easy for somebody in the product line to transition into not even like transition, do the job because they're already project managers on their own. They're project managers and they are also product managers. So and one of the powerful tools that project manager use is Jira. And since we are once we are able to use Jira, you add it to your CV that you can use Jira. It's a very important tool that can even employ you as a project and product manager. So you do so you don't need a project manager for that. So yeah, that's basically it. So I believe we are able to take one or two things from today's class. Let me know what we've been able to take so far. Let's get our take on. Take home from one or two persons, then we end the class. We didn't learn anything.
A question, ma. Question, ma. This Jira tools, is it the same function it does with Trello?
No, 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 no. It's not the same. It's also a product of Atlassian. So Trello can be used to log complaints, but not as elaborate as that of Jira. So most times, support team use Trello to log issues, but not as brother has Jira.
All right, thank you.
All right.
So, can we download this Jira app from our Play Store?
Mm, please let me check if it's on. App Store because it's better used on web. I don't know. I've not used the mobile version before. I don't even know if there's a mobile. Let me check. Jira.
Alright.
Okay, yeah, you can get Jira on App Store. Yeah, you can get Jira. I can find it on App Store. But yeah, I don't know how it will look on App Store. But yeah, it's better advisable to use on web. But yeah, you can download. You can also go around this.
Okay. Okay, why I asked is because if we are able to log in through the invite you sent to us, hope we are not going to tamper with your documents. That's why I'm just a bit skeptical.
Okay. Do you want me to create another space, or can you create another space? Any of you can create another space now. Rather than this, my PM team can create another space. Look at create space. Okay, let me just create this space. But it's, what do I want to use this for? So you can create another space. Product from laptop level premium. I'm not trying this. Need for you customize of development for the management here. Let's use prioritization. And this is listen to templates. App. So from this more space, you can create a new space. Let's try this. So I'll try to create another space so we can use. Okay. S- So you can customize, and this is for prioritization though. But you can prioritize your ideas. So let me see. Products. Product management class. So that's a management class. Oh, mhm. So I just created another one. So you can use this. Did you see this I created? So you can see your screen.
No, your screen is static, ma.
Okay. Let me quickly stop sharing.
Yes. All right, ma. Thank you.